EU and India. What they swapped. It's being called the mother of all trade deals. After years of anticipation, the India-European Union Free Trade Agreement was finally announced this Tuesday. While the EU has released its summary, India's official text is still under wraps. But make no mistake, this is a massive pivot for the global economy. Spanning 20 chapters, this pact aims to integrate India with one of the world's most developed markets. But is it a total win? Or are there hidden costs buried in the fine print? Today we're breaking down the winners, the losers, and the sectors that are about to change forever. Let's start with the big win. Goods. The EU is set to eliminate tariffs on over 90% of trade items. This is a game changer for India's labor-intensive sectors. We're talking about textiles, apparel, footwear, and pharmaceuticals. Currently, these products face EU duties of 6 to 12%. Removing those makes Made in India instantly more competitive. To put this in perspective, India's trade with the EU in 2024-25 stood at a staggering $136 billion, and India actually holds a trade surplus here. But it's not just about physical goods. The services sector, India's powerhouse, got a boost too. We're seeing more ambitious provisions for the mobility of professionals. While it's not open borders, it is the most liberalized deal India has negotiated so far, making it easier for Indian IT and consulting talent to work across Europe. Now, it's not all smooth sailing. If there's a losing side, it's likely agriculture. The EU has refused to budge on its sanitary and phytosanitary measures, or SPS. In plain English, their food safety and health rules are incredibly strict. Unlike the India-UK deal, there's no soft consultative approach here. Indian exporters of rice, tea, and spices will still face pesticide residue limits that are much tougher than international standards. Our marine exports, like shrimp, remain vulnerable to sudden bans over trace antibiotics. For Indian farmers, the EU market remains a high entry fee zone. Without a formal mechanism to challenge these non-tariff barriers, this sector might not see the same boom as manufacturing. Then there are the rules of origin. The deal uses a modern digital self-certification process. This is great for cutting paperwork for small businesses, but the value addition thresholds are strict. This also protects domestic industries. For example, the Indian spirits industry is celebrating. Rules are now tight enough to prevent third-party countries from sneaking products into India through indirect routes. If it says it's Scotch whiskey, it has to actually come from Scotland. On the digital front, India has aligned with global e-commerce rules, protecting consumers and preventing forced disclosure of source code, while keeping enough room to protect our own data privacy laws. It's a delicate balance that seems to have worked. We have to talk about the Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism, or CBAM. This is a potential deal breaker for Indian heavy industry. The FTA does not exempt India from Europe's carbon tax. Indian steel and aluminum exports will still face these costs. As the EU phases out free carbon allowances for its own producers, the tax burden on Indian exporters is only going to rise. There's a real risk that this carbon tax could wipe out the financial gains made from cutting tariffs. Indian industry will have to green up fast to stay profitable. So, what's the bottom line? The big winners are textiles. Minister Piyush Goyal estimates exports could jump from 7 billion to 40 billion, potentially creating 7 million jobs. For you, the consumer? European cars, wines, and high-end machinery should eventually get cheaper. It's a deal that modernizes India's trade profile but demands high regulatory discipline in return. What do you think? Is this deal a masterstroke for the Indian economy, or is the EU's carbon tax too high a price to pay? Let me know in the comments. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the global economy. I'll see you in the next one.